Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Happy Monday to you all. Guys, the weekend goes so quick. It seems like the time is just moving forward. It reminds me of a song, I think from the 80s. Time keeps slipping into the future. This time is just going by so quick. I hope you guys had a great weekend and that everything is going well and that these messages are really helping you. Stay encouraged, guys. No matter what's going on, stay encouraged, keep persevering, moving forward one day at a time, one step at a time. Never, please, guys, never give up on yourself. You're going to have good days where you feel really good, and then you're going to have those days where you just don't even feel like getting out of bed. Just it's okay because we're human, we make mistakes. So just you know the very next day, just get up and keep moving forward. I know that I have those days too, and that's what I do, just keep moving forward. And I try to stay in prayer and meditation a lot. It helps me, and the music, the background music, the flowers and things, because when you guys come on this channel, I want everyone here to feel comfortable, no matter what your situation is or etc., because we're here to uplift, to build up instead of tearing down, because that's what we see in this world today. So we're here to encourage people. Keep in mind that there may be people who show up on this channel that might really be going through some really difficult times. And like I said in prior videos, everybody is not very open to communicate about these things. But if they come on this channel to watch here, they're definitely going to be uplifted, because I talk from a space of my own personal experiences. Remember, guys, I'm not a therapist, social worker, or a counselor. I'm somebody who went through a lot of hell and trauma and things that most people don't come back from. But with the help of God and with me persevering, biting, and crawling through all these things is what's helped me. And staying in prayer and meditation, and it's so important. So we're going to talk about it here today. Each day may be a different title, but it all ties into healing and self-growth. So please keep showing up, because what may not resonate with you today may definitely resonate with you tomorrow. We're here to uplift. And with that being said, guys, let's get into this topic of discussion today. The title is Keep Your Environment Positive to Heal Your Mental Health. Keep your environment positive to heal your mental health. Mental health issues are really being emphasized today, because people are really suffering today, guys. Grief from losses will cause, will affect your mental health. Pain, trauma, stuff like that will really affect our mental health. And creating an element of awareness pertaining to mental health is important. I know years ago, people wouldn't even have these conversations like, what we're doing here on this channel. But it's important, because as I always use as a metaphor, it's like the elephant in a room that keeps growing and getting bigger, because people keep ignoring it and walking around the elephant pretending it's not there. It's just going to get worse. So once we address it head on, we can start the process of healing. One day at a time, one step at a time. That's what I had to do. Otherwise, we're going to keep repeating lessons. And when the lesson come back around, like I always say, different characters in the play, but the same scenario. So it's important to keep, addressing these things so that we can heal our mental health and physical health. Being aware and taking care of your mental and physical health is so important, guys. Because as I always say in these videos, if you're not okay mentally and physically, you can't do anything for yourself or anybody else or anything around you. So that should take priority. And if anyone has a problem with that, set boundaries, because you you have to make that a priority so that you're okay. There are so many ways to heal this. One way that I do this, guys, here's one way that's important to me that I'm going to share with you guys today, that I continue to heal my mental health and persevere. What I do is, in order to stay on this path and to continue to heal, the people and circumstances that brought the pain to my life, deliberate pain over and over again, where it affected my mental and physical health, I do not allow these people back into my life anymore. Yes, I forgive. But keep in mind, guys, the forgiveness is for me and for you. When you forgive, it's for you, so that you don't stay stuck or stagnated, or the pain or the grief have a chokehold on you, or the trauma. It's so that you can move forward. Because when you forgive, you're not in a place of bitterness. You're not in a place where revenge and all of that. Leave those things to God. And that was a hard one for me, the bitterness. Excuse me, guys. The bitterness was really hard. Because for me, so much has been done to me. And a lot of it was on a deliberate, to try to break me down, keep me in my so-called place. And it caused a toll on my mental and physical health, especially from those who were supposed to support me, like family, friends I grew up with, people who I was very close to, etc. And I learned through therapy and doing the work to heal, to forgive, but never allow those individuals back in my life, so that they, for what? So that they can come back and, break me down, and all the work I've done on myself goes into a regression. No, you don't have to let these folks back into your life. I decided to forgive and to let go and let God. And it was hard to do that, because I was in a place of bitterness for a long time, but I learned to let it go as I closed doors, stayed in prayer with God, asking him to help me. And a key factor to persevering, meditation. So this is a way that I continue to stay on this path, to let the old go, because as I close those doors and let that go, God will open up new doors over here. Like in the Bible, when Job lost so much because he was being persecuted, and then after he passed the test of all those things, God gave him so much more. And I'm talking from a place of experience. As I persevere, as I show up on this channel, as I fulfill the vows that I made to God, and I keep moving, and some days it gets difficult, but nothing ventured is nothing gained. As I do it, the load gets lighter. I'm not carrying anybody else's burdens, and I'm no longer carrying heavy burdens myself, because I'm giving those things to God as I move forward. And as I take a step or two, God is taking 2, 3, 4 on my behalf. And this is not something I'm just here saying. This is, what I've been seeing so far. I learned to forgive them, but never to reconcile with them. I have some notes here. And the question I ask myself is, why would I reconcile with people who deliberately try to set me up for failure, try to, but bring a lot of pain and trauma into my life without a justifiable cause, because I've done nothing to hurt these folks? Why would I reconcile so that they can continue and my mental and physical health is being affected? So what I did is set some strong boundaries, and when the boundaries were overstep, I just close doors, cut off, block, and delete, so that I can be okay, so that I can move forward. The forgiveness is not for them, it's for you, so that you don't stay stuck in a place of bitterness, stagnation. Because when you do, they keep the power over you. That means they've taken your power, and they went off to do them, while you stuck over here broken and hurt and stuck. So don't allow yourself to be in that kind of energy. Forgive, and then so that you can move forward, so that you're not stuck. And it took me a long time to learn how to do this, one day at a time, one step at a time. Instead, I learned how to heal and build up my self esteem and self love and self care. Because if you don't love yourself and you don't self care, first, if you don't love yourself, how can you give love to anything or anybody else if you don't love you? How can somebody else love you if you don't love you? And it takes time to build up your self-esteem, because when somebody can break your self-esteem, make you feel less than zero, tell you you're nothing, etc., and everything, and you hear these things over and over again as you are around these type of individuals, it can break down your mental and physical health as well as your spirit. And after getting away from these type of individuals, you have to build yourself up again, you know, as you close those doors to these type of individuals, because all that stuff I'm saying right now is toxic, and you have to heal those things. You know, set strong boundaries so you can continue to focus on yourself. And as you do so, one day at a time, one step at a time, you know, you start to see the results in your life, the positive things that you want. It's never going to happen overnight, but you will, as you continue to persevere, you will see the positive things in your life, you know, as you close these doors over here that no longer serve you. Minimize, that's the way to minimize toxicity. I know that's how I minimize it. And it was hard to close some of those doors, guys, because these are people and family and stuff that I've known all my life, but they were not there for my highest good. So anything that's not for my highest good is like crabs in a barrel, as the metaphor I use. One crab climb up to the top and you got 10 over here pulling it right back down to the bottom. You know, and I had to cut off, block, and delete for my mental and physical health so that I can continue to grow, heal, and evolve. Keep your environment positive from toxicity, from drama starters, from people who don't want to see you do the best. They want to see you broken down, busted, and disgusted, because they refuse. Some of these folks refuse to do the work to heal. And some people like being in this energy, and they want to see you there with them. And this is why I had to cut off, block, and delete. Set strong boundaries so that I can stay focused on my mental and physical health. You know, music helps as well, because music heals the soul. If any of you guys play instrument, start taking that back up and play that. If you play a piano, trumpet, whatever, because music heals your soul. And I listen to music every day. I have some on now, jazz in the background, even before I got in on this channel today, listening to music. It helps my mental as well. And just staying in a place of peace, meditation, prayer, always in prayer with God every day. You know, talking to him, telling him how I feel, how I don't feel, etc., and so forth. And that helps me a lot, because God answers my prayers. Because as I continue, I'm not perfect, you know, none of us are. I make mistakes every day of my life. However, I'm not out there trying to hurt somebody, set somebody up for failure because of envy, jealousy, and hate. You have haters out there, people, you know, especially when you start to take care of you and other people are not on that same wavelength. You know, they will hate on you. So this is why I set strong boundaries and cut off, block, and delete when necessary. Solitude is important at times. Sometimes solitude, because in a moment of solitude, you can reflect, you can meditate, you can see things from a different perspective when you have that moment of quietness. And I do that so that I can concentrate on what's for my highest good and what's not, and to stay in a place of healing. Set strong boundaries is important so that you don't get distracted, because some people may not like that you set these boundaries, and they may not want to respect them. And sometimes they would, you know, just disrespect what you said like you never said it, and start hopping and skipping over the boundaries you set, and you have to reiterate them. For me, after I do it a second time, because these people are adults, then I cut off, block, and delete. I had a situation a while back when I was living in the other area I was living, a person who just kept unexpectedly showing up at my house. And I would say, this is not okay. You need to find out if I'm busy, etc., forth, etc. And she kept doing it. And I just cut off, block, and delete, and said, if it happens again, this is the action I'm going to take. And so it should never have to get to that point, but it did. And then, that was the end of it. So sometimes you have to be firm with people when it comes to your physical and mental health. First, make them understand why you're setting these boundaries, that you need to take care of yourself. And if someone doesn't understand that, then you have to ask yourself questions as to what place they have into your life. Laughter is important because it's the best medicine. Live your life to the fullest instead of just existing. Never let someone have a chokehold on you to the point where you're just existing in life. Never let people take your power. You have the power to live your life to the fullest, and do that, people. Laughter. Be around people who are going to uplift you, motivate you in what you do, and who support you in this endeavor to stay on this journey to heal your mental and physical health. And as you continue to persevere and move forward in this, you will eventually experience inner peace. And I'm at the place where I experience the inner peace, and I'm unbothered by the noise around me. And I've set strong boundaries, and I move forward. Guys, keep taking care of yourself. You're going to have setbacks and days where you don't feel like it, but get up the next day and keep moving. It's like the metaphor I use with babies. They know they're supposed to walk. They get up, they walk, they fall down. They fall down many times before they actually get up and walk, without falling down. This is how this journey of life is. And never allow it to stop you from taking care of yourself. It's so important. Because without your mental and physical health, you can't be at a place of peace. You need to be at a space of peace instead of broken down into pieces. Take your power back and turn that pain into power, power into purpose, purpose into moving forward, to helping yourself and help other people, so that we can all grow, heal, and evolve. That's the message today, guys. Share this with other people. People need to be uplifted, especially in a world that we live in today that's full of toxicity. Thank you for being here today, guys. Please subscribe to the channel and ask others to do so, because I don't have a specific time that I can show up every day. I wish I could. In the future, I'm working on that. But right now, I can't give you a specific time that I'm going to be here Monday through Friday. So subscribe to the channel so that you know when I'm here and you can join me. And tell others about this channel as well so that they can be uplifted. Thank you again, guys. Enjoy your Monday, and I'll see you sometime tomorrow. This is Lisa shedding love and light. And bye for now, guys.